Hello, my dear ones. I'm Venus Morrigan, and today we're going to talk about something that is often misunderstood, misrepresented, and rarely spoken about honestly, the truth about male libido. There's so much misinformation, pressure, and expectations surrounding male sexual desire that many men feel confused, frustrated, or even ashamed when things don't seem to work the way they're supposed to. But the reality is that libido is far more complex than most people realize. Before we dive in, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us keep bringing you real, meaningful discussions like this one. And now, let's get to the heart of it. When people hear the word libido, they often think of something simple. Either you have it or you don't. Either you're constantly ready for intimacy or there's something wrong with you. But human desire, especially male libido, doesn't work like a switch that's always on. It ebbs and flows, influenced by a wide range of physical, emotional, and psychological factors. And the truth is, this is completely normal. One of the biggest misconceptions is that men are supposed to have a high sex drive all the time, that they should always be in the mood, always performing, always ready. And if they're not, well, society tends to label it as a problem. But let's stop for a second and think, why do we put so much pressure on male libido when, in reality, it's just as delicate and complex as female desire? There are so many things that can influence libido. Hormones, of course, play a significant role. Testosterone is often called the desire hormone, but it's not the only factor at play. A man can have normal testosterone levels and still struggle with low libido. Why? Because stress, anxiety, lack of sleep, poor diet, and even emotional disconnection can all take a toll on desire. Imagine this, a man who is constantly stressed at work, exhausted from long hours, and dealing with financial worries. He may still find his partner attractive, he may still love intimacy, but his mind is too occupied, his nervous system too tense, and his body too drained to respond the way he or society expects. And that's not a flaw, it's human nature. Another aspect that often goes unspoken is how mental health affects libido. Depression and anxiety are two of the biggest silent killers of male sexual desire, yet they're rarely discussed in the context of intimacy. Men are often taught to be strong, to push through, to man up when they're struggling. But the truth is, when the mind is overwhelmed, the body follows. If you're feeling disconnected from yourself, if you're carrying unspoken worries or emotional burdens, libido can take a back seat. And forcing it? That only makes things worse. Then there's the issue of body image, something that men rarely talk about openly. Women are often in the spotlight when it comes to self-esteem and body pressure, but men experience it too. A man who feels uncomfortable in his body, who struggles with weight, aging, or physical changes, may find that his libido is affected. Desire is deeply tied to confidence. Feeling good about yourself, comfortable in your skin, and emotionally connected to your partner, these things matter far more than people often admit. And let's not forget the impact of relationships. Libido doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's not just about biology, it's also about connection. A man in a relationship that feels distant, stressful, or filled with unresolved tension may find his desire fading, even if he loves his partner. The idea that love automatically equals desire is a myth. Passion requires care, effort, emotional safety, and mutual understanding. So what can be done? If libido isn't simply about testosterone, if it's influenced by stress, emotions, lifestyle, and connection, what is the solution? First and foremost, self-awareness. Pay attention to what's happening in your life. Are you sleeping well? Eating foods that nourish you? Moving your body? Giving yourself time to relax? Are you holding on to emotional stress that you haven't acknowledged? Self-care isn't just a buzzword, it's a crucial component of sexual health. And no, it's not just about working out or eating better. It's also about taking care of your mind, managing stress, setting boundaries, and allowing yourself to rest. Libido thrives when the body and mind are in harmony. And if you're in a relationship, communication is everything. So many men feel pressured to always be ready that they don't speak up when something feels off. They don't talk about stress or emotional fatigue or moments when they just need connection without expectation. But opening up can change everything. When both partners understand that libido isn't a constant, but rather something that shifts and evolves, intimacy becomes deeper, more real, more fulfilling. Another important thing to consider is performance anxiety. This is something so many men deal with but are too embarrassed to talk about. The fear of not being able to perform, the worry about expectations, the stress of making sure a partner is satisfied, these anxieties can completely override natural desire. And here's something no one tells you. The more pressure you put on yourself, the harder it gets to actually feel desire. So, what's the real truth about male libido? It's not just about hormones. It's not about an on-off switch. It's not about how often you have sex, how long you last, or whether you fit into some outdated stereotype of what a man should be. Libido is human. It's sensitive, it's personal, and it fluctuates based on a variety of factors. If you've ever felt like your desire isn't what it used to be, or if you've struggled with the pressure of always being in the mood, I want you to know you're not alone. And more importantly, there's nothing wrong with you. Your libido doesn't define your masculinity. True confidence comes from knowing yourself, honoring your needs, and being open to change. Take care of your body, your mind, and your emotions. Speak up when you need support. Understand that desire isn't about numbers, frequency, or performance. It's about feeling connected, healthy, and whole. I hope this conversation has brought you clarity, reassurance, and a fresh perspective on something that affects so many but is rarely discussed honestly. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing from you and keeping these conversations open and real. Sending you all a warm embrace. Until next time, stay kind to yourself. A sweet kiss and see you soon.